Hey guys, Matt here. So I think I'm going to do the portfolio update this week instead of wait until Sunday because I'm going to be out of town on attending a wedding, and I don't think I'm going to be wanting to film a video when I get back. But I've made some moves this week, and I have more moves planned later this week and next week and the week after. But anyways, let's talk about it. Right now, my portfolio has taken a bit of a hit. Like, even more. We're down to $58,928.70, and now we are only up 27.5%. So, yeah, we took a bit of a beating thanks to FedEx, which is one of the stocks we're loading up on. And honestly, Facebook's is kind of struggling a little bit as well. But everything else seems to be up. I know Hyliion took a beating yesterday. I think GEVO took a beating earlier this week. But most of my other stocks seem to be up. Now let's talk about the moves I made this week. I bought Hyliion, which is the title of the video. I think I bought about 50 shares, and I'm going to go over why briefly. Like, I made a lot of videos on Hyliion, which you can watch up here, my playlist. So just to give you a, if you want to catch up on my full opinions on the company. But as far as Hyliion goes, in the last video on the company, I mentioned how Hyliion unveiled their new hybrid powertrain solution, in which they finally documented that they're about ready to recognize revenue on these EX units. And down here, not only did it talk about actually, recognizing revenue, which is the one thing I've been hoping for in this company, and they're finally going to do it, but they're actually starting to ship the hybrid EX units at the latter part of this year, and that's enough for me to start to go, more all in than I have been. I currently hold about 393 shares, and I may continue to buy more, but right now my priority is not with Hyliion and is not with GEVO right now either. Right now my priority is with FedEx. FedEx is one of my higher conviction companies. This is a company that I haven't been able to build up my position on because the stock went up. I think it hit as high as 300 bucks a share. But this is a company that I believe very strongly in. This is the business model is stupid simple. I mean, if you know what FedEx does, then you know the entire business model. It transports and delivers stuff. And if we take a look at here, like, the evaluations are beautiful. Now, this is as of the 18th. So this is before the massive drop off today. Like, oh my God, it went down 9.1% today. Oh my gosh. So this is before the drop off today. We're talking a 12.02 for PE and a PEG ratio of 1.04. And that's definitely below that now. Absolutely. Like, the valuations are perfect on this stock. And the year-over-year increase in revenue, like, it has been fantastic, especially in 2021. Like, it is a beautiful sight to see, and this is only going to grow more and more as it continues expanding into other parts of the world. Like, this is a company I have very high conviction in over the long term. Like, to see this much growth expected, like going from an 18.1 EPS to a 21.2. Now this may change. This may get revised after this quarter's results. But, I mean, going from an 18.1 to a 21.2 and then 23.5 estimated, if FedEx is anywhere close to this, like, this is a company that, like, this, in my opinion, I don't like to give, like, these recommendations, but in my humble opinion, not financial advice, this stock is a buy. This stock has always been a buy, in my opinion. And one thing I really love is stocks that have gotten the shit beat out of them. Those are my favorite stocks to buy. Like, stocks that I absolutely love with massive growth potential that have gotten the crap beat out of it. And like I said in many other videos, this is not a to the moon channel. We don't always talk about rainbows and roses with every stock. Like, FedEx recently had a less than stellar earnings. Like, they were pretty terrible. I have yet to listen to the earnings call, but take a look at this revenue from fiscal year 2021 for first quarter 2021 to this quarter 2022. Despite the increase in revenue, like, they took a hit on their operating income, and they took a hit on the bottom line. Like, despite going up in revenue, they went from a 4.72 EPS last year to a 4.09 EPS this year. Now, this is the text accompanying their earnings report, and I'm not going to read all this or read any of this. You can pause and read this if you want to, but the gist is that FedEx has been drastically affected by things outside of its control, the macroeconomics, namely the supply chains, increasing costs of everything, and the difficulty in getting a hold of stuff. You know, basically the whole fallout from the Delta variant and everything that society did, and as a result of that Delta variant. And you can take a look right here at its 10Q. Like, you can see the costs going up. Salaries went up because they had to pay people more. Transportation costs have gone way up. Rentals and landing fees have gone way up. Fuel has gone way up. Like, everything is just worse. And so when I see a company that, you know, has been performing very well year over year, that keeps getting affected this drastically by things outside of its control, like, that becomes a top priority stock to buy, in my opinion. Like, this is the same thing that happened to Cisco a year ago, and, well, I think 2 years ago, when Cisco was affected by the trade deficit between the U.S. and China, which is still going on today, and then it got affected by the pandemic. Like, the same thing happened to Cisco, and I bought heavily in it then, and I'm reaping the benefits now. So when I see a great stock I like take a hit like this with a less than stellar earnings report, let's just call it what it is, a very crappy earnings report, like, yeah, this is my time to buy. Now, as far as what I'm doing about this, I've already spent about $500 today. Now, we don't know if this drop in FedEx today is going to continue or not. It probably will, but I mean, I kind of hope it will. I spent about $500 today. I bought just over 2 shares. Now, there is also, I also plan on funding more money into this, obviously, as the price keeps dropping. Now, I have a bunch of shares of Cloudera, which are doing nothing right now. Cloudera is a company that is about to go private. Most of my shares are long on this, and honestly, I stopped caring about Cloudera the moment they announced they've gone private. I haven't listened to the last 2 earnings reports, and I don't really care. If FedEx keeps dropping, and Cloudera remains around this price. Now, if you wait till Cloudera goes private, we're supposed to get $16 a share. If this stock keeps dropping, I don't really care about 10 cents or more a share. So as Cloudera stays $15.90 or above, I'm gonna start funding money from Cloudera into FedEx, bit by bit, absolutely full stop. Like, right now, FedEx is my top priority to put money into. I have plenty of shares in GEVO. I have plenty of shares in Hyliion. I'm happy with where they are. I might put more shares in Hyliion later, but right now, this is my top priority. Like, we are all in on FedEx right now. But anyways, take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.